If you want a masterclass in everything upside down on the West Coast, look no further than a courtroom in Multnomah County, Oregon, right now. A 72-year-old Army veteran named James Grant is currently on trial in civil court because an intruder broke into his business in the dead of night, and now that intruder wants a $10 million payday. From Seattle to Los Angeles, this is Left Coast News. No apologies, just the truth. Let's look at the facts, not the sob story, the actual facts. In the pre-dawn hours of a cold winter morning, a convicted felon named Kenneth Voiles decides to break into Touchstone Granite and Marble out on Northeast Columbia Boulevard in Portland. He pushes through a gate, pries plywood off a garage bay door, and cuts through metal security bars to force his way inside. And what is his excuse on the witness stand? He claims he was homeless, hungry, and cold, just looking for something to eat. At a countertop fabrication shop. Give me a break. You don't bring bolt cutters and slice through metal rebar into an industrial granite warehouse looking for a sandwich. He wasn't foraging, he was looting. He was there to steal tools to feed a habit, just like he's done across a rap sheet full of commercial burglaries and car thefts. What old Voiles didn't count on was that the owner, a 72-year-old veteran, was sleeping in the back room. When you breach a private structure in the dark, you forfeit the assumption of safety. Grant wakes up to an intruder inside his space. He defends himself with whatever is on hand, grabs his lawfully owned firearm from under his pillow, encounters an agitated burglar armed with bolt cutters, and fires to stop the threat. The police investigated. The prosecutors looked at the evidence. James Grant was never criminally charged. Meanwhile, Voiles was convicted of first-degree burglary and menacing. Case closed, right? In a sane republic grounded in constitutional property rights and the Second Amendment, that's where the story would end. The criminal goes to prison and the property owner goes back to life. Instead, the criminal turns around and sues the victim for $10 million for having the audacity to defend his livelihood. Now the trial lawyers in Portland are splitting hairs over whether a back room in a commercial building legally qualifies as a dwelling under Oregon's Castle Doctrine statutes. Think about that insanity of that argument. It implies that a law-abiding citizen sleeping inside four walls they own or lease has an obligation to calculate legal zoning definitions while an armed felon stands 10 feet away in the dark. Our founders understood that the right to private property and the right to defend one's life and home are inseparable. Without property rights, you have no liberty. And when the legal system weaponizes civil torts against citizens who refuse to be victims, it incentivizes the lawless and disarms the lawful. Based on how Portland juries operate, we know the uphill battle property owners face in that venue. But no matter what a Multnomah County civil jury decides, the moral principle here is straightforward. If you break through security bars into another man's property in the middle of the night, you are the author of your own misfortune. What do you think? Do you think this guy had the right to defend himself? Do you think the attorneys representing this criminal are pieces of shit the way I do? This guy had every right, in my opinion, to protect himself and his property. This criminal was not looking for food in a granite countertop warehouse. But I already see the comments online under these news stories. People feeling sorry for the criminal. Why are we so weak in the Pacific Northwest? As you know, legacy media is dying and everything is moving toward creator-driven platforms and monetization. There's a hyper-local news platform called yournews.com, and I'm actually a contributor on the platform. I've seen firsthand what they're building, and I believe it has the potential to become the next mainstream media. The void they're filling is local news. They already have more than 6,000 independent creators covering local, state, and national news across the country. And right now, they're giving everyday investors an opportunity to invest in the company and own shares through their equity crowdfunding campaign. This isn't a donation, you're actually buying shares in an early-stage media company. If you believe the future of media belongs to independent creators, I think this is something you should take a serious look at. Click the link, watch the short video, review the offering, and decide for yourself. If you made it this far, you're exactly the kind of person we built this channel for. Left Coast News exists to cut through the noise and bring you straightforward analysis of the stories shaping Washington, the Pacific Northwest, and beyond. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe and follow us wherever you get your content, including YouTube, Rumble, Brighteon, BitChute, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you'd like to help support independent journalism, you can also join us on Patreon. Patreon is free for now. You'll find the link in the description below. And if you think this story matters, share it with your friends and family. That's one of the biggest ways you can help this channel grow. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you agree with this analysis, or do you see it differently? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching Left Coast News.